Hello, I'm Michael Finn, Holistic Exercise and Lifestyle Coach, and today we're going to learn how to plank, how to progress to planks, how to do all sorts of crazy things kind of like planks, so a whole bunch of stuff. So here we go. So, starting on my hands and knees. Okay, lots of people find planks hard. I'm going to show you how to make planks easy. Because the other thing is, planks are holding still, which holding still exercises or isometric exercises are great sometimes, but they can get boring too. So we want to first kind of warm things up a little bit. So I'm going to do a little rocking. So I'm on my hands and knees. If you need more padding underneath your knees, put more padding underneath your knees. And all I'm going to really do is rock my hips all the way back towards my heels. And then rock my hips all the way forward and kind of go into a little bit of an arch or a cobra by pushing my hips down towards the floor. So I'm just going to rock all the way back with an exhale. Inhale, come the other direction. And this way we're just kind of going to loosen the hips up a little bit. We're going to loosen up that lumbar spine. We're going to loosen up the shoulders. We're going to loosen up the neck. We're going to wake everything up. We're going to get all those little muscles around the core kind of going so that they can function better for planks and all of the other little exercises that I'm going to show you, because we're going to kind of progress to it. So, so we can do a few little rocks just like that, all right? So these are all really important, especially if you have some back pain when you do any of these exercises. It's like make it easier to where you don't have back pain, you know, or if you have back pain when you do planks, or when you're doing leg lifts if you have back pain. If you can't lift your legs up off the floor without some kind of back pain or something like that, same sort of thing. Good to start here. So even with this, you've probably seen a little horse stance where we lift one arm on the opposite leg. This is another thing. You can do a couple of those on each side. Kind of wake everything up. This kind of gets all the little muscles going along your back. So doing a couple of those one side and the other side so that we can build up to getting everything awake. This kind of puts a little bit of rotational load into everything. And when you're doing these, you just want to think about being really, really long as you do them. All right, so now, planks are fairly difficult for people. I typically don't start people off with planks. I actually never do planks except for when people ask me, oh, how long can you hold a plank for? And then I go, well, probably longer than you. So, and then they're like going, okay, well, let's do a plank. And so I'll do one and I'll hold one for, I don't know, 3-4 minutes or whatever, because we need to be strong, but we can develop it in many different ways, not just sitting there doing a boring plank. So I like to start people with movement. So, and doing a kneeling forward ball roll. So it's easier to start with a big ball. So I'm going to show you on a big ball first. I'm going to take you through the whole progression of all of this. So kneeling on top, or kneeling on the floor. I've got my hands resting on the top of the ball, and my forearms are resting on the side of the ball closest to me. And I have my spine all nice and straight. I'm not rounded up or anything like that, okay? My spine's nice and straight. My belly button is drawn in, just like as if I was trying to pull it in to put on a tight pair of jeans, okay? When we pull our belly button in, we don't want to round our spine. We want to keep our spine long, reach down through your tailbone, reach out through the top of your head, and you want to draw that belly button up and in and hold it, okay? That can be an exercise in itself. Look for my TVA exercise, so here on YouTube, okay? So we're here kneeling, we're keeping that spine straight, and we're going to kind of do something kind of like that same rocking motion. We're going to bring our hips forward and extend our arms a little bit too, and roll that ball out forward and get our body as straight as we can, and then we're going to come back to where our hands are on top of the ball and our forearms are resting on the ball, okay? We're going to inhale as we go out. We're going to exhale as we come back. We're going to inhale as we go out. We're going to exhale as we go back. Okay? Only go as far as you can without getting more arch in your back. You need to be able to have your muscles engaged in the front, primarily by pulling that belly button in so that your back doesn't arch down here at the bottom. You don't want to arch the back. You just want to keep it in the same position that it's in at the start point the whole time. So, and that might happen for a lot of reasons. It might happen because your hip flexors are too tight. It might happen because you're weak. It might be happening because your brain just doesn't know how to run that program. But all these things, the rocking exercises and this forward ball roll exercise, they connect your upper body to your lower body, and that's core, okay? That's what we need. We need all that stabilization. So that's on a big ball. When you get good on a big ball, move down to a smaller ball. Let me move that ball over there. So then move to a smaller ball, because now you're going to have more weight on your upper body and you're going to have to work a little bit harder. So move down to a smaller ball and work into that and doing that smaller ball all the way out, all the way back. If you want to challenge it a little bit, you can get out there and you can hold for 3, 5, 10 seconds and just hold in that position and then coming back. Okay, same sort of thing. You need to be able to breathe while you're doing it. You need to be able to hold your belly button in while you're doing it, and you need to keep your spine relatively still without flexing and extending your spine at the same time. And also keeping that head in the same position too. You'll see a lot of people, they'll bring their head way forward. Keep everything still. Your spine should be able to stay in motion so that when we're walking and moving and playing our sports, we don't really move our spine a whole lot, we move our limbs. Our limbs are extensions of our spine. Okay? So there's our smaller ball, kneeling forward ball roll. Then if we want to make it a little bit more challenging on top of that, I've got a little step here. I can put my knees up on the little step. Now I've got my center of gravity raised higher up. I'm going to have even more weight up on the ball. So, and I like the ball because it's unstable. And so same thing here. I'm going to rock out forward. I'm going to take those hips forward. I'm going to roll all the way out, keeping that spine nice and straight. And then I'm going to come all the way back. Okay? I'm going to reach all the way out. I'm going to come all the way back. And you can see now I'm starting to have to work because now I'm getting more body weight. Way out there. And working. Okay? And same thing. You can hold out in that position. You can even draw things while you're out there. You can draw circles, you can draw the alphabet. You can hold out there with your arms going, oh, I'm going to draw a little circle, I'm going to draw a little circle the other way, I'm going to draw a triangle or a star, okay, and work more things that way. Now, let's make it a little harder. Let's grab a bench real quick. Let's elevate those legs even more. So now, I've got my knees up on a bench, and I got my small ball. My small ball is barely taller than the bench itself. So now I've really got things extended out. And so with this one, what I really like to do is I'll roll out, and I'll get my hips all the way straight so that I'm kind of in a plank position. And then from here, all I'm going to do is just extend my arms out, and then pull them back. Big inhale, extend the arms out. And pulling back, okay? So we need flexibility in our lats. We need to still keep that belly button in. Don't let your spine move or arch as you're doing it. And you can even go a little bit angles. You can draw the circles again. You can draw stars. All of that is going to put a tremendous amount of strength and intelligence into your abdomen so that it can work correctly. And if you struggle with any of these kind of things, it may be digestive system related. That's a whole nother topic, but if you have back pain, if you have issues with trying to get your core to work, your intestinal tract is right behind all that, and it will turn all of these muscles off. If you have things like IBS, if you have parasites or fungal overgrowth or candida overgrowth or imbalances in your bacteria, all these other things can throw that off. So if you have issues with your skin, acne on your body, on your face, anywhere, anything like that, athlete's foot, jock itch, not bacteria, but dandruff, all those things are related to your digestive system. So if you have issues with that, reach out, let me know, and I'll help you with that too. All right, so now we've done all of that, okay? Everything in here is awake. Okay, my abdomen is completely awake now. So now, sitting here and coming down into a plank. So if we lay completely flat on the floor, and we put our elbows right underneath our shoulders so that our upper arm is pretty close to perpendicular to the floor, and then I put my toes down there on the floor, and then I'm just going to push through my arms. So because we don't want to be sagging down here in between our shoulder blades, we want to push out so that we work the stabilizers in around our rib cage. We want to have that belly button in. We want to be up on our toes. We want to have our spine nice and straight so it doesn't sag. We want to have our head nice and straight and just kind of looking at the ground. I can move my hands around and talk like this, blah, 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 blah. So, and holding the plank position, okay? This is easy for me because the other things are harder. So building up to that, start with rocking, then do a big ball forward ball roll, then a little ball forward ball roll, then start elevating your legs. Spend time with it, get really good with all of them, and that way your planks will be like, yeah, whatever. I can hold a plank all day long, I can move my feet, I can move my arms. So, because it's more about the intelligence in the muscle. Most people have the strength to do them, but they don't have the intelligence to hold it, okay? And the only reason why people most of the time don't have the strength to hold it is, like I said, they have digestive issues, and we need to fix the digestive issues, and once those digestive issues are fixed, the muscles just come right back, no problem. They all got developed when you were a little kid. All right, so if you got questions, put some comments down below, shoot me an email, make sure to subscribe, ring the little bell, all that kind of stuff. Let me know if there's other movement patterns or exercises that you would like to learn. If you have issues with your digestive system, don't hesitate to reach out to me there. I've got a few long Zoom calls on my YouTube channel here about digestive problems. So, hope you all have a happy and healthy day. Practice all of your forward ball roll, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next video.